Well, I'm back out here again, and I got this thing jacked up off the ground here and cleaned it up here a little bit underneath. And this is an $8 door pulley for like a garage door. I'm gonna use this for my cable. You know, it should work perfect. And then the spring, it's got 5 pounds worth of pull. That's just all guesstimation from looking at the factory one. I think it should work. So we're gonna go down underneath and get this stuff mounted. I may just weld this on to the frame. I mean, it really doesn't need to come on and off. The handbrake may never ever get used. It just needs to be able to be functional. If I'm going to build a console in here, now's the time, now or never, to put that in. So we're going to make it work, and it should be pretty easy to do. But it's not like this thing has to spin 3,000 RPM or it's going to get cycled over and over, because this isn't a manual car. This is an automatic car, so Park is going to hold it on hills and stuff. But it you know, I can weld it on. It's not something that's going to have to be serviced, and even if it does have to be serviced, the whole center will come out. The housing will be fine. So I don't think I need to bolt it, but we'll see when I get down there what actually happens. Okay, so the pulley's now welded on to the transmission cross member. Cable comes down through that grommet, goes around the pulley. That bracket right there will allow the cable to go to each side, and on each side there'll be another pulley later put on the frame rail. My rear cables are rusted up, so when I get into the brakes, I'll put new cables on and I'll run them up to pulleys that come over to this bracket. So it'll be, you know, like this. But I need to get this handbrakes done, because now or never, right? When I'm doing the console. So there's a return spring. The Corvette design needs it to pull it back up. But if you notice, I need this whole setup. That way I'm basically right at where the drive shaft pivots, so I don't have to worry about my cables getting caught, or how low this truck is having the cables that far down. So this design lets me bring the cables up to where it is not interfering with the drive shaft, and I'm up inside the frame rails. So we got that done. Comes through the shifter, comes down, got the return spring. It all turned out pretty good. So I'm getting closer to being able to put the floor in. Okay, so we're back up here, and you see how this works. The cable comes down through the grommet, goes down to that pulley, goes down and has that thing that's going to grab the actual emergency brake cables, and then there's a spring, and then there has to be a bracket for the spring to hook to, and that 5-pound spring worked perfect. So the spring was like $5, and the pulley I bought them at Lowe's. I didn't like the ones Menards had. The one at Lowe's, I liked that, the way the housing was on it, and it's actually got oil impregnated bronze bushing inside of it, so it should never ever need any maintenance done to it at all. I mean, as little as you pull a handbrake, and even if you do, I mean, you can buy them all day long for like garage doors. So it's, and so these nuts will adjust the tension. You'll adjust those nuts to actually pull that cable, you know, taut as the brakes get worn in the back. But so it's all done now. Now that I have that done, I have all my bolt locations and holes and everything that I need to take all this off and put this plate in. I can put that plate in, and then I can start sheathing the floor. But I needed the seats in for all my locations, but so pull the handbrake back, push the button, and the return spring, there's the way this is, it's like slotted, it's gated in here for the bottom pin on the lever. So it needs the return spring to actually function properly going forward. Otherwise you get caught like right here. So you have to have that cable set up and spring. So anyway, got us a nice short handbrake, and it's going to be functional in the truck. It works well, and it's in a nice location too. So I mean, I got the ability to put all this stuff. So right, grab my shifter. I can have an armrest here, and I can reach out and hold this real easy while I'm sitting in the truck. So it'll actually work really, really well. And I'll build myself an armrest, and I'll be able to, you know, drive, neutral, reverse, park. So it's coming around. We're getting there. We're getting closer. This is a pretty major thing. I probably got 3-4 hours in just the pulley system today, figuring out how I was going to do it and what I was going to tie to, and thinking about how the cab was going to come on and off, because I don't want to build something down there that I can't, you know, I can't take the cab on and off. So anyway, she's coming along, and I'll be able to take the seats out now since I got the positions over these are nice for me, and you know, needed to see how the dash set in here too. So I'll be able to take the seats out and actually finish the floor now. I don't see anything that I got to do that's going to slow me down from the floor, but I didn't want to put that plate on, weld it before I had all these locations and stuff. But now I'll be able to put them on, put the sheet metal plate, you know, thin sheet metal plate on, drill holes, weld this plate, and then start welding all the other sheet metal floor plates in. All right, well, if you like this little video, hey, I'm pretty proud of it. You know, that's a pretty trick. Nice little short lever. So like, subscribe, whatever, check back. Have a nice day.